we have seen so many families like their second generation and third generation lose their wealth.
70% of the wealth is lost by the second generation, 90% of the wealth is lost by the third generation. Whereas the people who prepare their heirs, not just with the money bank, but also with the knowledge bank, in this way, you can leave a legacy that lasts forever.
Passing on wealth is easy. Now passing the mindset, like how to deal with the customer, how to manage the wealth, this is the biggest challenge.
I have a client who came up with a very humble background from a small town. Now he is a startup founder in Bangalore. He started taking his son to show him what the good work is doing. So if you don't teach your son the value system, who will teach in the world? No one.
All wealthy persons are investing their money in Dubai land. Why?
There are two aspects to it. There is one
He has a $10 billion, $20 billion. Now why he need an insurance?
for the average people, we buy insurance for the safety purpose. And for the ultra wealthy individuals, insurance is a
Sandeep sir, so welcome to the show sir, the founder's dream.
Thank you, Abhishek. It's my pleasure to be on your podcast.
Hard time, create strong men. I think this cycle seems to be true today. Correct? I think we have seen so many families like their second generation and third generation lose their wealth, if I'm not wrong. Right?
Yes.
So why they lose their wealth in the second or third generation and how they can fix it?
It's a very interesting question. There is also a saying in the West, saying that sleeveless to sleeveless. The person who started his life with a sleeveless and he started building the business. The second generation started following his father and they understood the hard work and everything. They built it further. And the third generation didn't understand the value of the hard work. They lost everything. This happens for so many things. For not having the right structure, no governance, no will, no trust. I'll give you an example. The second generation outsourced a Ferrari to the next generation without teaching him how to drive the Ferrari. What will happen? He cannot drive that car very efficiently. Now you may be running this company for a couple of years. For that, you do the regular review meetings. You plan every day. You set a target for next 2 years, 3 years. What podcast I need to do it for the next year. You plan so many things. But how many people plan to transfer their wealth from one generation to multiple generation? Not many. Because we don't have the foresight for the 50 years, 100 years or even 200 years. And let's see we got an independence for more than 77 years now. The government came, government went, but India is running. How? Constitution, there is a governance, there is a framework that ensures that whether the party comes or goes, or the prime minister leaves or dies, the country would be keep running, right? The same way, our families, we are builders, but we are not the preparers. We always focus on how can I accumulate more wealth. We don't focus on how can I prepare my heirs to inherit that wealth and run it efficiently. When we can plan our company to run it for 1 year or 2 years properly with the regular reviews, meetings and all, the same way we need to do it with our family as well. The first one is put a structure. What are all the assets you need to pass? What are all value system you want to pass on to the next generation? Then have a small family retreat where all the members can come together regularly, frequently, share the things what they learned, even on the financial planning, building the wealth. And many families, they don't just educate the kids to become person who start the business. They teach at a very young age how to run the empire.
How to run the empire?
Yes, at the young age, they'll start preparing their kids, the ultra wealthy. So that's why you can see 70% of the wealth is lost by the second generation, 90% of the wealth is lost by the third generation. Whereas the people who prepare their heirs, not just with the money bank, but also with the knowledge bank, in this way, you can leave a legacy that lasts forever.
But I think if somebody is creating a wealth, okay, so he don't want his son or daughter to do a hard work, right? And without hard work, nobody can create the wealth again, and they can sustain the wealth.
Let's take it two wealthiest people in the history. One is Walt Belt is one of the wealthiest families in the US. The third generation lost everything. everything. We call these people as a trust funded babies. They don't work. The trust would be keep funding their lifestyle, and there was no check in their spending. If someone gets a lot of money, what they do, they just spend it and they take a very risky investments and they lose everything. They're not prepared. Giving money or inheritance is like a hardware, but giving the value system is like a software. You need both hardware and software to work. And let's take another family, the Rothschild. Now it's a second century. Still, their wealth is keep growing up, and in their wealth, they have a $10 billion. And in their families, one person has become the vice president of the America. Many people has become the state governors. They ran for the public office. Why? One family, both are wealthy. One family, third generation lost everything. Another generation, even in the second century, they have a lot of money.
I think Anna, you heard that quote कि my grandfather ride camel and he worked so hard. So I ride Lamborghini. If I will do work hard, my son will drive some very big luxury car.
Yes.
Because of we have so much of wealth, his son will ride camel again.
I'll give the same example. I have a friend. Is a very successful. He is a born retired.
Born retired.
Yes, his father is so much rich. Okay, now his son. At least for the marriage, you get educated. He said. Now he's 26 years old. His son, and he's not doing any work. He says that, Dad, if I go and work anywhere, I'll get only 1 lakh and 2 lakhs. But anyway, I'll get 20 lakhs rental per month. Why should I work? And he came to me, Sandeep, what can I do so that my son can work somewhere so that I can find some alliance to him? I told him, he was giving 1.5 lakh as a pocket money every month. I told him, cut down to 50,000. Okay. Use your influence to get on to it with any law firm, or else you set up a law firm, one office and one this thing. And let's find few clients. And he's a good chunk. Not that he has not studied. He studied well, but now he doesn't have any purpose to earn money. Now I told him that let's do, instead of 1.5 lakh, we'll give 50,000 per month, and we'll match whatever he earns through your trust. So, for example, he earns 10 lakhs, you match 10 lakhs through your trust. Instead of giving 1.5 lakh, let him earn 20 lakhs, you match another 20 lakhs, so that it can be more productive. We need to add value to the marketplace, right?
Absolutely right.
So there are very creative ways we can work around to make our heirs to work.
Like I think you have worked with so many rich and wealthy people, right?
Yeah.
And I think biggest question is there, like, what's the biggest emotional resistance is there from the wealthy person to his son?
The major thing is letting go. Letting go. Okay. For the many business owners and founders, the business is not just a tool to become wealthy. It's an identity. It's an identity. For example, this my house shows, this podcast gives an identity to you, right? Like a Marvel group gives the identity to me. I'll give my own for this example. We had 120 years old grocery shop in Asan. It's one of the district in Karnataka. I studied well. I came to Bangalore and I got a job. I was working here. And I have a twin brother. He was at my shop. My father is always used to think that my son is not handling the relationship the way I'm handling with the customers. The pricing, the way he gives and the way I position the pricing is different. And my father was not letting go his power, authority. And my brother decided not to continue with that business, and he came to Bangalore, and now he's become the builder. It's a blessing in disguise. He made much more wealth. What I want to say to the founders is, you are the driver of the bus. You can't drive the bus forever. One day you need to sit on the back side and be the navigator, be the mentor. You are the founder and CEO. At one stage, you need to move towards a chairman and be the guiding force. One of the analogy I'll give to my clients is, if you're dead, how many people are required to carry you? Four. The same way, your responsibility is so much in your business, you controlled everything in your business. When you leave the founding seat or CEO seat, it's very difficult for another person to fulfill that. Your responsibility has to be shared by 3 to 4 people. I always tell to the founders, you groom 3 people and choose one as a successor. And one for CEO to give the direction, one for the operations, one for the CFO, and choose the one who is the best. Always we need to keep grooming. And this succession is not a one-time job, it is a process.
Sir, have you met any global mobile families?
So when it comes to the global families, when it comes to the succession, Abhishek, they always think that what works in one country works in another countries too. But that may not be the cases. Each country has its own tax laws, compliances, and everything. One family I worked with, he had investments in US, properties in Europe, and business in Asia. When the global founder felt he want to give his position to the successor, it was error vary, because the investments in US, they were not following the compliances. The properties in the France, it has attracted 55% estate tax, inheritance tax. And all the assets in India, which has to be transferred to the next generation, it went through the probate. Probate means it has to go through the court to say that is the right heir for the succession. This is the problems. And another business family where I worked, we set up the family trust to protect all their personal trust, and we put up a parent holding company in the Dubai to manage all their global business assets, and also put a few governance system for the proper succession planning.
Passing on wealth is easy. Like if I have 100 crore, I will pass 100 crore, it is yours. Now, Sandeep, you will enjoy with 100 crores. Now, passing the mindset, like how to deal with the customer, how to manage the wealth, this is the biggest challenge.
Yes, so this is the question even I'll ask myself always. See, for the assets, it's very easy. You put it in the will, you list all your assets, and you say who has to get what and everything, right? And how do you pass this value? Can you write it in a book and say that this is the value system you need to follow? No. Values has to be not taught, it has to be shown.
Right.
For example, you will give your kid a kingdom, but your son is not a king. What does he rule? Nothing. And I'll make your son as a king with lot of value system, but he doesn't have the kingdom to rule. What does he rule? Nothing, right? So wealth without value system is a temporary. Kingdom without a king is a temporary.
Absolutely right.
So what we do is we need to show. I have a client who came up with a very humble background from a small town. He studied in the government school, government aided school. He always came first, and with the scholarship, he became the engineer. Now he is a startup founder in Bangalore. What he did is, he has allocated 3% or 10% as per the profitability every year to the government aided schools or government schools in the villages. And he started taking his son to show him what the good work is doing it. If you don't teach your son the value system, who will teach in the world? No one. Instead of teaching, the best way to teach is showing him what you're doing. And I have another client, he struggled a lot in his business before he became the successful. He's done the video recording of his struggles, the business lessons what he has learned, how to build a relationship with people, and made a video archive.
He recorded the video.
Yes. Whatever the lessons, every quarterly once, whatever he learned something in his life, he will start recording and kept it in the archive. His family can view that. And now with the advancement with the AGI, we can clone the brain of the people. See, have you seen this Superman movie?
Yeah.
Where he will speak to his father through a hologram. The same way with the AGI, we can feed how you are thinking with all your social media posts, your voice, your videos, and everything we can feed, and we can create a clone. In the future, Abhishek, if your grandson wants to talk with you, and if you know more, he can talk to you, and your AI will give the answers the same way how you will give the answer to me now. This is how you can preserve the value system.
But I think the time is too far for this, sir, right? To capture your emotions, and I think my grandson will talk to me. or the time is now?
The time is now. As I told, there is no start or end date. It's a process. To keep your company alive for the multiple years, how much work you do. If you want to keep your wealth for longer generation, you need to continue that work.
Sandeep sir, I have seen I have one data like in 2024, around 85,000 Indians joined HNWI club, correct? If I'm not wrong. So they have started spending in big luxury and everything. So what do you think? What is the real difference between feeling rich and being rich?
Abhishek, there is a huge difference between feeling rich and being rich, truly being rich. The major difference is feeling rich means you want to appear that you are rich by buying luxury watches, yacht, or cars, or big bungalows. Being rich means sustainability. Say, for example, as soon as you start feeling the rich, even though you're not truly rich, you want to show off.
Correct.
Right? And as soon as you start feeling you're rich, you start to spend more. As your income increases, your spending also increases. The being rich means investing in something with that income buying a luxury. That is sustainable. I want to buy one luxury car. First, I'll find a deal in the market. I do the real estate deal or I'll invest something, and with that income, I'll buy the luxury. If that luxury item is no more tomorrow, I can buy one more luxury. Right? So, being rich and feeling rich are two different things. For most of the people, I say that you may feel rich even if you have just a 10 crores or 50 crores. My dear friends, 10 crores, 50 crores, you are just a poor rich. In the middle class, there is a levels like a lower level and middle class and upper middle class. Even 10, 15 crores also, you are just a poor rich. The wealth is huge.
Who is the wealthy person?
The wealthy person is the monarchies, the sheikhs. Yeah, because for them, a Dubai sheikh, entire Dubai belongs to them. They're much richer than the Elon Musk.
All wealthy kids, all wealthy persons are investing their money in Dubai land. Why?
See, there are two aspects to it. There is one segment of the financial advisors, they say that real estate is illiquid, it is a risky investment, and it is not giving much returns. And there is another set of the people like wealthy people like Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, as you said, rich kids, they're also investing in global properties. Okay? And there is no right or wrong answer here. There is one more section, like you take Facebook, Uber, Airbnb. Do they have any physical assets? No. Oh yeah, they don't have any physical assets, but they created the wealth much more than the people who has a physical assets. Right? Whether property has a still relevance in 2025? Yes, it has, provided if we have the right approach to it. See, for the properties, what is the biggest issue? Illiquid. Provided if you invest for the cash flow for the good rental properties, it is a good. And a few, since it is a real estate is a liquid asset class, we need to mix with some other asset classes which builds the liquidity whenever we require, like a bond or equity. And another way of looking in the legacy planning about the property is, few people invest in the property for the status purpose because you can touch, you can feel the property, right? I have $100 million, but I live in a small house, small apartment. So I can't boost my ego. But if I have multiple properties, I can say that, oh, this on this road also, this is my property, on this road also my property. This is where my house was. Now I built it as a very big mansion. So that gives the ego satisfaction to the wealthy people. And that increases their power status. That's why they build the real estate as an asset class. I'll ask these founders or these wealthy people, whether your kid wants to live in that house, that 30, 40 years old property, what is their answer? They say no.
No, absolutely no.
Why?
Because they want to create their own wealthy system.
Because every generation, their aspiration is different. Their lifestyle is different. To find that, whether they need a property or cash. Even if you give them the property, what do they do? They sell it. In the legacy planning, we need to understand Whether real estate you want as an asset or as a legacy which you can keep it forever.
I think you also talk about liquidity, right? Liquidity is so critical, right?
Yes,
Why it is so critical?
I can see a plant there, Abhishek. Which is more important, roots or the tree or the plant?
All are important.
Which is more important?
First, the roots,
Correct, absolutely correct. Why?
because from the roots the plant will grow.
That gives nourishment, right? If I cut the top of the tree, if roots are still and strong, with that nourishment, it can regrow and start bearing the fruits. If I cut off the roots, what will happen?
Plant will not grow.
Even the tallest tree, mightiest tree on the earth will fall down eventually. In the financial term, in the wealth term, I call tree as an asset, roots as an income. Even your business is also asset class, which has an entry exit in between. You need to manage like any other asset class. In your business, if cash flow becomes weak, what will happen? Business has to fall, right? And I'll stay in a property. Okay, I'll give my son a good, very good property to him to live, but I don't give him any liquidity. How does he pay for the electricity bill, for the food, clothes? What does he do next? He will sell the property. That is the power of liquidity.
So real asset is also important, plus liquid cash is also important.
Yes, we need to plan with other asset classes. And one more way why people invest in the real estate is we need to invest in where there is a growth potential is there and regular stable regulations are there. So that asset class would be keep growing and also we get some yield out of it.
Okay. So one common question is coming in my mind, right? If a wealthy person is there and he has two kids, okay. So now one son is very much involved into the business, and second one is not. He's doing full masti and everything. Correct. So how fair it is, like the father is giving the amount 20 lakhs to him and 20 lakhs to the other son. How you deal with this kind of situation? I think this will happen for sure, 100%. Both kid will not join the same business and the same thing, like Mukesh Ambani, Anil Ambani ji. Same. So how you deal with this situation?
Yes. See, here we need to understand the two terminologies. Fairness is not equivalent to the equality. Okay. Fairness means we need to acknowledge the contribution of one son who is contributing to the business growth. And equality means treating the both sons equally. We need to treat both sons equally. And also if one son is contributing more, we need to acknowledge that. That is called as fairness. In the succession planning or in while dividing whom to give what, it is not about how much we give. It is about how we give. I'll give one example. Say for example, you are a software company owner. You have created a very good algorithm software and it's stored in your laptop. And you have a wife and two small kids, 3 years or 4 years kids, two kids. While coming from the movie, you just see your house, it is burning, started burning. What is the first thing you do, Abhishek?
I will call fire brigade.
Your entire business algorithm is in the laptop. What is the first thing you do? It just started firing. It's not too much. It can fire for another 6 hours.
I will try to save my laptop first.
First, correct? What does your wife do? Jewelry. And what does the kids do? Toys. Whether the toys is more expensive than the jewelry? No. Whether jewelry is more expensive than the laptop? No. The information stored in the laptop? No. Each person feels something valuable. It's not that we need to divide exactly like that. We need to understand what each person wants in my family. We need to understand that, then we need to give. Okay, I have shared a very good case studies which I'm currently working on. My client has one daughter and one son. And daughter is more dynamic and capable of running his company than his son. Daughter is married. Okay, the son is not married yet. Dad, the client asked me, Sandeep, I'm planning to give 70% to my daughter and 30% to my son because daughter is contributing more. Is this a good strategy?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Because there will be a conflict again after he will get married, the son.
But son is not capable much as per the founder.
But I think in something he will be capable. If I'm I'm
sat
I'm
with
just, I'm just giving the layman example and answers.
I'll give you the what the son told to me. I'll tell you. He said, "Sir, yes, I agree that I do not have much interest in running the business, and I'm not as much capable as my sister. Why 70%? With just 5%, I can hire a CEO and professional CEO, and he can run much better than my sister.
Absolutely right.
Why should I give let go my 20%? It should be 50-50, right?"
Nice answer.
And I told the founder there's something. Why are you making your kids to compete for the post? It's not survival of fittest. You need to treat both the kids in an equal manner, equality, right? I told him to separate his business and the management from the ownership and create a trust so that all his assets goes to the trust. Let the professional trustees run the show. Let these two kids or two children be on the board and give the vision, mission, and direction to the company. And let the professional run the show. And for that profession also, let us create one employee fund or management fund. What if he leaves the company? Who will take care of the business again? Let us not get into that. Let's create a management fund. That fund would be keep giving the executive compensation for the key executives in their in their company.
But I think everybody understands this particular point, but nobody implements it, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, and one more thing, what they don't understand, Abhishek, is they don't know the difference between inheritance and succession. Inheritance means transferring of assets. Succession means transferring of power. The same thing I've done it in this case. Ownership I separated through the inheritance, and succession I separated through power to the CEO.
Okay, Sandeep sir, I have done one podcast, okay, last year, and there was some insurance frauds are coming. Okay. Okay. In conversation, key these are the insurance frauds happened and all that, right? So somebody told us ki like Abhishek, all poor kids, poor people needs an insurance, right? Because something has happened, so they will claim the insurance like 50 lakhs or 1 crore, whatever it is. But if you are talking about wealthy person, he has a $10 billion, $20 billion, or $50 billion. Now, why he need an insurance? Are they using insurance as a tool, as a strategic investment, or what?
Very good question. For the average people, we buy insurance for the safety purpose, right? For the protection. And for the ultra wealthy individuals, insurance is a strategic multiple tool. It helps them in the liquidity, tax efficiency, and estate planning and legacy planning tool too. And the person who has a $10 billion as a net worth, for your information, he can't buy the insurance. The thumb rule is whatever the income you earn per annum, you need to have 10 times of your annual income. Say, for example, once a year I earn how much insurance I need to have? 10 CR. And if I have 100 CR income per annum, how much I need to have? 1 billion. Yeah, 1000 crores I need to have. Whether in India, do we have any insurance company which gives the 1000 crores insurance? No. I'll tell you, the maximum insurance is given by the LIC is up to 800 crores. That's it. And many people don't know that this 800 crores also, it is a reinsurance companies will give. LIC can give only up to 60 lakhs per person. That's it. The private insurance, they can give only 40 lakhs. Rest all the insurance, the top-up insurance is they give a maximum premium to the reinsurance companies, and they will take the difference insurance from them. So for the wealthy, there is no insurance for them, for your information. And for the across the world, I'll tell you, the maximum insurance can be taken by the person is only $300 million. That's it. And for the wealthy people, I say, whatever it is available, just take it.
I think they will insure the poor people.
No, the insurance works on the law of a large number. Their premium would be whoever get what is insurance? What is life insurance? Sharing of risk. Whoever gets the risk, he will get the amount, which is not earned. And one more thing for the life insurance is it is one is for the whatever the extra money they have, whatever the money they don't want to lose in their business due to the economy uncertainty in the market, I'll encourage them to park in the life insurance. Because life insurance company is the only financial institution in the world that is most safest compared to even banks.
Correct.
And how much money is safe if you invest in the bank? 5 lakhs?
5 lakh, that's it. This is the maximum limit, I guess.
Yeah, insurance, yes. And how much money is safeguarded if you invest in the life insurance? Complete 800 crores or $300 million. Complete safety is there. Generally, in almost all the jurisdiction, the death benefits are tax-free. Almost all financial products are taxable income, right? But this is the only death benefit is the tax-free in the world. So it adds a stability to their entire financial portfolio. And as you know, the wealth people, most of their assets are in business or real estate, right? Both are illiquid. Both are illiquid, and it creates a lot of liquidity.
So if somebody have a $10 billion, okay, how much amount will be in bank and how much will be in other side?
There is no single fit answer. And if 10 million, I want to understand about the person much more. Give me much more information about the person. This 10 million is a surplus?
The net worth of $10 billion
$10 billion
is the net worth.
net worth. Okay.
So how much amount will be in his bank and how much amount will be as asset allocations?
And maximum is money should go into the business because we need to keep generating the cash flow. If cash flow is not generating, asset doesn't have any value. As I said in the tree and roots example, right? It has to be in the business, and in that business 10 to 20% of the cash flow whatever he earns, it has to be safeguarded in the secured most instruments like life insurance or ppf, wherever it is, a safety is built around. And for the people who has a exposure to the global or people who has a lot of wealth, will ask them to set up a trust even inside the India and outside the India also. What is the biggest threat for the people who has a lot of wealth? What is that? If you own 10 billion, it is a threat. And if you don't own anything and if you control everything, who can do the lawsuit against you? Who can come and ask for the tax? No one, right? For the person who has a 10 billion, first thing what I tell him is you separate the ownership and control. Put everything, whatever you own, into the trust. And trust becomes the owner and he will become the trustee or beneficiary. Let him control everything. So, for example, one business, he incurs a lot of loss. And he given some personal guarantees and everything. And no one can touch the trust wealth because the trust wealth is not in his name.
This is how they just play with the money.
Yes, and one more thing is after 2009, UBO concept has come. That means universal beneficiary owner. We need to disclose who is the beneficiary of the trust to the government. So to safeguard that, I have one more instrument called PPLI structure. That is called as a private placement life insurance.
Right.
What it says is, it acts as a traditional life insurance with the death benefit and also modern insurance, like it gives a lot of wide range of investments. You can put money into the art, cryptos, any business, worldwide investments, you can do it. And all these investments grow tax deferred. That means for the average people, whatever the income they gain every year, they need to file the capital gains. Here it is a tax deferred, it grows. No gains on the capital gains. Even if they sell also and if they get, or even on the growth, everything is a tax deferral. So for the rich, they don't pay the tax because we help them legally to protect what they earn.
Acha, one question, like have you seen the Vijay Mallya podcast?
The bits and passes I've seen.
So I think he knows everything, right? Like how to play with the money, how to save the taxes, how to invest in philanthropies, like right? This NGOs and all. So still he got caught.
When he got caught, when he declared bankruptcy, do you know even his personal assets were 700 crores worth?
Personal assets.
It was not attached by the ED. Some people say 6,000 crores has been attached by the bank or ED, right? Like Anil Ambani, let us take. Many people says that he became bankrupt. But recently he's invested 1,500 crores into the new venture. How that money came? It is came from his personal assets, which is protected from the creditors.
So you are saying the company is very different and you are very different. Your personal asset is very different. Your company's asset is very different.
When we move to the asset, to the trust, it's no more your asset.
But you are controlling everything.
And you're also beneficiary of that. It's not in your name. How can I attach that? It's not, I don't say dark side. They know how to prepare for the worst. and also how to prepare for the best.
I think they also attached with some NGOs, right? They create their own NGO, right? Infosys NGO is there, or Accenture NGO, Foundations NGO, right? I think all money goes to their foundation and they save the money. Why they create own foundations? Why they do not charity to other foundations?
Okay, very good question. See, in India, there are two types of charitable foundation. One is operational charitable foundation. One is non-operational one. What non-operational charitable foundation does is like a small families. They have some value system. As I said, one business owner wanted to support the education system. It just gives to the Rotary or Lions Club, and they will give the direction to the NGOs that utilize my fund only for this kind of activities, and give me the report how many lives have impacted. And another one is a operational charitable trust, like what you mentioned, like a Tata, Reliance, or anything. Here they manage the funds, they identify the beneficiaries, and they fund it. Here two aspects to it. Is it for emotional, or is it branding? Is it some strategies involved? I say it is all. When we move, one is it is personal. I won't impact so many people, my employees or their kids and everything. I'll set up a trust and I can do it. Second one is a taxation. When you move money to the trust, there is a lot of tax advantages are there for the private trust of private foundation for the designated donation funds. I'll give one example for the viewers. I won the property. I bought it at when it was 10 crores, and now the valuation of that property is 100 crores. I move this property directly to the trust, and I sell that property for 100 crores in the market. And whatever the income I gain from that 100 crores, there is no tax on it. Yeah. But if I sell 100 crores worth of property when I bought it at 10 crores, for the 90 crores, I need to pay the capital gains. My money is gone. Just one example I gave. And also, one more thing is they do it in a very structured way. Um, there is a lot of difference between a charity and philanthropy. Okay. The charity means giving a donation. Someone asked me, we're doing some festival, Ganesha festival, give me 10,000. I gave a donation. Someone said that for my kid, I want to give, please help us with some scholarship. I gave some 25,000, 50,000. In the charity, there is no planning. I felt like giving, I just gave. Outright giving. Philanthropy is a structured way of doing it. This trust, why they form, is to do the philanthropy in a structured way, in a sustainable manner. Let's take Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Maximum wealth they've donated to their foundation, and they believe that basic education is very important, and and eradicating polio is very important. They're focusing only on that. They felt that in that area they can do a lot of great impact. And let's take Tata for that example. Tata invests a lot in schools, hospitals, and research. Most of the research institutions in India is one way or another way is funded by the Tata, because they felt that it is in this area they want to impact a lot. And another way people do this philanthropy is for the legacy. And Tata do it very intentionally to perceive how people wants to believe their brand. I have a friend, he buys only Tata cars. I asked him why. He said, because Tata is doing so much for our country, I want to buy only Tata. Trust. Yes, trust. It builds the trust among the ground.
Absolutely right, sir. I think what lesson can entrepreneur learn from these ultra wealthy persons or this philanthropy strategic management?
So we need to understand that we need billions of dollars or billions of rupees to do the charity. No. It's size of the amount doesn't matter, but the size of the intention matters. You start with small. If you're earning 50 lakhs or 20 lakhs, start with small, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. Intention is more important than the size of the amount. Because uh, always in the market, we need to understand one thing, Abhishek. If you have 100 rupees, there are thousands of people in the market as a beneficiary who wants that 100 rupees. If all the wealthy people donate entire their wealth, still the beneficiaries are more. We can't sustain it. So giving is very important, and structuring way of giving the wealth, how the billionaires and millionaires do, we need to learn that. I met one client recently. 20 years, 2 decades, he worked very hard to build a business and wealth. I asked him a simple question. What is the purpose of building this business and wealth?
What he answered?
Silence. No purpose. No purpose at all. I told him, let's create a fund which will give funds to their kids' future education. Let's create some funds for the employees who was with him for a long time, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Let them also feel that ownership. Generally, employees, what they think when the business owner, when I started working with my business owner, he had only one scooter and one office. Now he has a 3 office, 2 bungalows and 3 cars. But mine is just from cycle to bike to car, that's it. Even I'm the part of that business owner's life in the journey, but I didn't get anything they feel. They don't get the sense of ownership, the employees. I created a fund for their retirement. Now this, my client got a purpose in his life, is doing fantastic.
Absolutely. So you asked me with this question, like why are you creating?
How you are asking the question, the same way, in a similar way, I do keep asking the questions.
You asked me this question, like what is the purpose to creating this wealth, Pala? You asked me this.
So what are you doing, Abhishek, in your business?
I am the CEO of my company.
Okay, and what is the purpose of your business?
See, I want to create 1 crore employment in next 10 years. This is my purpose.
1 crore employment.
1 crore direct employment. The salary should go from my bank account to the employee's bank account. This is my purpose to live the life.
And what if you don't achieve that?
It's okay, but I will try till my last.
Okay. I asked the same question, Abhishek, for the students. I was the guest speaker in one of the college. Where do you want to get placed? Someone said Google. Someone said Facebook. Someone said Nike. I asked him, you answer me that. What does Google do?
It's a search engine.
What does Facebook do?
It's a social networking site.
My dear friend, everyone is in the same business. I told them. Everyone is in the same business of making money.
Right.
If you don't keep increasing your profit year on year, Abhishek, what will happen? Your rentals increases, whether your employee work for the same salary year on year.
No, they will ask for 20, 50, 100% hike every year on year.
The purpose of the business is increasing the profit year on year.
Correct.
If you focus on this properly, that 1 crore also you can reach. And there has been a study has been conducted. 95% of the business, not 95, 94% of the business won't stay for more than 25 years. That is one generation. 25 to 30 years is one generation. Next generation comes after that. All the successful business, that 6% of the company which has stayed more than 25 years, there was a study. What made them to stay for quite long time? I gave the same tip to you now. You say whatever you earn, 10 to 20%. And that money will save you whenever you need the cash.
Save yourself first, and after that you can save everyone.
No, save money first, so that money will save you when you require the money.
Sandeep sir, one more thing is coming in my mind, like how many person are in India who is ultra wealthy? If we can count, or is there any percentage?
That I don't know. But what it says is, there is one parameter was conducted. If you have visited 5 countries, if you have a own house, one car, and you work only 40 hours in a week, then it is considered that you are among the 1% in the world. Okay? And if you have a $30 million USD, and you are the 0.1% of the world.
7 billion people may say.
Yes, 0.1%. And if you consider that $30 million, it is only 7 lakh people are there. If it is $8 billion people, then 8 lakh people are there. And in India, another saddening story is we always think that we are a fourth in the GDP. But many people don't understand that we are at the 85 or 86 when it comes to the per capita. Per capita income of the Indians is only $2,900. To make India as a high income country, each person in India has to earn $15,000 and above.
Right.
That is very long way to go. And top 1% of Indians controls 40% of the wealth, 60% of the income. 90% of Indians net worth, asset minus liability, 90% of the people. Can you guess how much? 13.5 lakhs.
Actually, we talk about the privacy also, right? In Instagram, you will see like everybody's rich. In LinkedIn, you will see everybody's rich, and they can share their net worth as well as, right? But how the ultra wealthy people can hide or protect their financial information from the internet?
Abhishek, I say that privacy is no more, it is a luxury, it is a lifeline. It's a basic necessities for the HNIs. Say, for example, you said last time, few minutes ago, $10 billion. Let's take that example. You are the one of $10 billion. Now, I'll disclose how much you own to the public. What will happen?
All people will come to me and they will send an email to me, Abhishek, I want fund, I want fund.
One is you will get exposed how much you have. Competitor will come to know your strategy, your strengths and everything, and your weakness as well. And the taxman will be behind you. How much you declared, how much you have. They cross check whether it's truly as built or not. And most importantly, the family dispute. They will start. The family dispute happens. Have you built wealth for the family dispute? No, but that will happen. So in the wealthy families, the privacy is not for the secrecy; it is for the security. There are in the Cayman Island, in a few UK islands, we can move your money in that trust. We can create a trust and we can store it there. No one can see what you own and who is even the beneficiaries. So data is the currency nowadays, right? If data breach happens, what will happen? It's very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
So security is the foundation for the legacy, I can say. And even in India, you say the people post on LinkedIn, Instagram, you said, no? 75% of the biggest families in India, they've not gone to the IPO. They've not gone to the IPO. You don't see them anywhere. And they hire the people for the data privacy. They remove all their profiles on, if someone, by mistake, someone has captured their details about their family and everything. They remove those content on the online.
Yeah, right. I have seen this. I have experienced this. I have met one very wealthy lady. Her husband's data is not available at all anywhere on the internet. I was thinking she is married or not. But when I went went to her home, I think, oh, she's married.
I share the same example, a similar kind of example. I have a partner, I can't disclose, and she's the wife of Unicorn's founder's wife. And she wants to build her own identity. The problem with them is for the celebrities, if you become very wealthy and if you get exposed, you can't lead a normal life. Even if you want to achieve something on your own identity, it is not possible. Everyone says, oh, you are a wife of this person, so it is very easy for you.
Correct.
So what she has created is nowhere you can find out who is her husband in the market, anywhere.
Right.
And people who has money, they say that even people who are 10x, 20x richer than me, they say that Sandeep, I don't have any money. I'm very poor. I'm still earning.
What wealthy person are doing in 2025?
I'll tell you. Even if the wealthy people, if they're not doing this, also they need to listen to me. I'll keep it more conversational. This one in 1960s, 70s, and 80s, who become more rich? The people who invested in the land, right? In those days, the king used to own a lot of lands, right? From 90s, 2000s, and 2010s decade, who became rich? A millionaire or billionaire? Which industry is created? IT. There was a study survey. The people who started the IT company, anything related to the hardware or software, and they stick on to the same business for another 10, 1 or 2 or 3 decades, 84% of them are millionaires and billionaires. The failure rate is less than 16%. Now, very interesting. Comes to the 2020, this decade, 2030s decade, and 2040s decade. Let's understand what's happening in the market. Whether terrorism is increasing or decreasing.
It's increasing.
The war is increasing or decreasing. Religion fighting is increasing or decreasing. Technology is increasing or decreasing?
Increasing.
Increasing. When all these are increasing, you forget about wealthy families. Even countries are making a default. Take Bangladesh, what happened? Take Sri Lanka, Venezuela, Argentina, and Greece. Last 1 century, 100 years, 17 times it has become bankrupt. Greece. So when all this is happening, what will happen in the market? Volatility increases, and uncertainty is the certainty now. Uncertainty becomes a certainty going forward in the next 3 decades. In this scenario, who will make money? I'll tell you, the people who prepare with liquidity and certainty, they make a lot of money. Why? I'll tell you. When market is more volatile, the liquidity crunch happens. When the liquidity crunch happens, people wants to sell their assets by giving 20, 30, 40% discount to find the immediate buyer. Recently, what has happened, I'll tell you. During COVID, before COVID, every 5 minutes, one millionaire used to born on the earth. During COVID, every minute, one millionaire has born. Why? COVID is also uncertainty. Don't know what will happen. Same kind of situation. When the uncertainty happens in the market, when the volatility happens in the market, people start selling their assets. And the rich people start buying those assets at very cheap price. Why more unicorn born during the COVID than pre or post COVID? Because startup was not generating the revenue. Their valuation came down. And people started pumping money. Their valuation is increased.
Oh, wow.
So for the wealthy, one is don't be localized. Build your wealth across the globe and set up a proper trust for your family so that you can, what are all the assets you don't want to lose, at least you can protect that. And set up a parent holding company, and that holding company will control all your subsidiary companies so that unified system you'll get and control you will get it. And put all your investments to the private placement insurance so that you can have the control over your assets, complete consolidation. And as I said to you, even if I disclose, no one can disclose. There is a concept called CRS, Common Reporting System in the People Act. If you have 10 billion, I need to say that you have only 10 billion. If you put it into people, we don't say in which investment you have a 1 billion, or in which investment you have 2 billion, we don't disclose that. And will ensure that there is continuous flow of assets across multiple generations. While transferring assets from one generation to the next generation, whether your kid is a stupid or a smart, wealth shrinks. Why?
I'm not wealthy, I'm not sure.
Because of the taxes. Whatever you give to the next generation, what they do? They sell it, capital gains. Whatever you gift and whatever they earn on that gift, again they need to pay the tax on that. And whatever the global assets they inherit on that, they need to pay the tax. South Korea 55%, Japan 50%, UK 40%, US 40%, France 55%, they need to pay the tax. If you have asset in UK and India, you need to pay the tax on both. Even though India is a estate free tax, zero tax on the estate, but if you have assets on both, you need to pay on the both inheritance tax. So with this three only, 40-60% of wealth is gone. If you have 100 crores, 40 crores is gone. Only 60 crores. In that also, if they sell, again capital gains. Even out of that, if they earn also, again tax. All this can be minimized with a proper structured. Now you're doing all as an individual puzzle. Each investment as an individual puzzle. If you structure it properly, you can see the beautified object or a picture. I encourage all the people who are watching this episode, structure your wealth properly, safeguard it, keep the privacy, enjoy your life.
When they can start it, like how much money they should have?
The best time to start is yesterday, and the next best time is today. And for the every service, there is a different kind of this thing is it. And for the financial planning, they need to start anytime. I mean, immediately. For the trust formation and all, I recommend at least if they have 25 crores minimum, so that they can offer our services and expertise. And for the people who have global assets, I recommend at least $20 million. That is equivalent to 180 crores.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for coming in the show, sir.
My
I
pleasure.
think it's a great conversation we have today, and I got so much of learning today how to become wealthy.
And how to keep that
How to
and
keep
for
that.
the lasting legacy.
Absolutely right,
Yeah,
sir.
thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, sir.